I just started
Uh,
recording, so.
pardon me first.
Oh, okay.
We kind of can't play and talk if I'm not in the party.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so Bedwars practice. Yeah, yeah. So
all
what's up,
right.
guys? Today Benno's gonna be destroying. Actually, I'm gonna be destroying him with my
Yes.
peen right here, as you see. We're gonna make that big. That's not that big, but let's make that right there.
Again, thick.
It's
It's
right
just how I
there.
like them.
Here.
Okay, presently I've got suit. I guess what you could call a homemade chili in the way, so I won't be that good at like 316 U, and I won't be good in general. Uh, but anyways, this is I guess story time in a way.
Story time, yeah. Sure.
Okay. So once upon a time, no, I'm just kidding.
Whoa, wait, what? How did I do that? That's so cool. I made my peen transparent. That's so cool. Okay, what's the
Okay,
story?
so I guess you want me to take from like a real life event, right?
Sure. Oh, okay. That yeah. Oh shoot.
Okay, so oh yeah, wait, I was allowed to do a fictional one.
You can do a fictional story or a real story. I don't know.
Well, I don't have an imagination, so
That sucks.
bruh, I'm stupid.
Don't say
So
that.
anyways, uh, should stop rambling. Okay, real story. Let's see.
Jeez, my peen.
Um, what about, let's see, I'm trying to think of a family story that'd be interesting. I mean, there's way too many that are interesting, but I'm trying to figure out which one would be the most interesting for this video.
Yeah.
So, I believe, oh yeah, I should just tell the story. Oh yeah. So one time, my mother, she was just kind of, she was, uh, just kind of writing some notes down, uh, like writing something. She was just like in the kitchen. She wasn't writing. She begins to, uh, then she like hears a voice inside of her head. She
Oh.
walks over to the paper. She walks over to the paper. And by the way, this is before I was born, I think.
Okay.
Walks over to the paper, or to a piece of paper, grabs it, starts taking notes. She's not the one writing presently, according to her.
There you go. You
But
can.
so she said it felt like somebody was by, like nobody was like it wasn't like she was possessed or anything like that. It was like she was allowing it. She was like talking, communicating. Like they
What?
were having a we don't I don't know. It claimed that it was it was like so what it said what it said to her specifically after like she took a few notes was go outside and look to right out the right of the door up in the sky.
Oh heck no.
And so she went out there and what she saw was pretty creepy.
Oh.
Uh or creepy, it depends on your definition of creepy. Well, it was a bunch of little lights in the sky.
Oh heck no.
So, and these little lights, and then there was this like big, I'm not sure what shape it was. I'm not sure, let's see, is it a triangular? It's like one of those triangular ships that you see in Alien fan art or something like that.
Mhm.
Like a, Alien fiction or something like that. Like one of those triangular ships, I think. It was big, according to her. It's like as bigger than the house. And that house was not like a small house by any means. It was a pretty big house. It was like 100 feet long ways and then 30 feet wide. I think maybe I'm not sure. It's been 3 years. Wait, it's been like 4 years since I've been to that house. So, anyways, she went outside and it told her to look up at the sky. It was there. And what she saw, I think, on the inside of what I'm gonna call this ship was just like I think she maybe saw some like like things like people in the window.
Dude, that is heck no. Heck no.
I think, or that might be a different story I'm deriving that from, but it's something similar akin to that. So yeah,
Oh no.
she saw the. So yeah, that but it was like weird. It was weird. It's not the weirdest thing my mother's ever seen. It's like all of them are weird. All the things are weird. Uh, I
Okay,
like
I
how I beat you
accidentally beat
without
you
breaking a
again.
sweat. So anyways, that happened. I don't know if my dad was aware of it or not. I think he may have been, but my mother, she said it was the weirdest thing. It was like black, these black, gigantic, enormous ships in the
Oh
sky,
my
too big to
gosh,
be
when you
anything
said black
man-made.
and ginormous.
Where's your dirty mind going?
Nowhere.
How did that snowball hit? Wait, did your snowball go up and over me and then hit me? I think it did. Wait, it's doing it again. I'm getting hit from snowballs from the past. Bruh, they're time traveling snowballs. Anyways, I don't think anything else happened like that as much as she told me. Another time is actually very interesting. Uh, my mother was, I believe, this was when she was around 12. She saw she was on a horse. She was riding. I think she was maybe riding with one of her friends or her friend. Uh, maybe I'm not sure. Point is, she was on a horse. There was a dog around her, and then she's just kind of, you know, going about her her horse riding routine on a horse, as you would horse around, I guess. She gets to this kind of open area, and down the hill, it's like maybe a couple 100 feet away downhill. Like a hill's maybe, I would presume it's like a 20-degree decline or 45-degree, like 40-degree decline.
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot how this game works.
Same.
So, and then that happened. So and then at the bottom of the hill, she sees this white-haired, what she presumed to be like what she could only describe as a white albino Sasquatch,
Oh
or
heck
aka
no.
a white albino Bigfoot.
Dude, that is.
And so the dog, so it looked at my mother, uh, looked at her for a good couple of seconds. The dog ran up to it, got like a cup, like maybe 30 feet away from it,
Okay.
and it barked at it, and it turned its gaze to look at the dog, and the dog stopped, it shut up and ran.
Okay.
And so then after it finished looking at my mother, oh, by the way, this thing was like the size of an 11-year-old, like a covered in white fur.
So small?
Yeah, it was like a childlike, she said. It looked like its expression would be that of a child's, like curious and afraid. And then so, hang on, before you attack me, actually this is the perfect game to demonstrate this.
Okay.
So, imagine I'm looking at you, and then I turn. Imagine these blocks aren't visible, and then I just kind of walk behind them. You can't see me anymore. But imagine
Oh.
the blocks are invisible, and I just kind of walk, and you don't see me anymore. It's like I go behind a wall. That's what she described it as when it turned away towards a tree.
Dude, you're
It's
making
like
my heart beatboxing.
a couple feet away from the tree. It just kind of decided to not exist.
Yeah.
It just said no. It just said, "Nah, I'm out. I'm disconnecting."
Bro said controller
ba-
disconnected.
Bro's controller died. Yes. That so yeah, that was a thing. He's
That was a
uh,
thing.
yeah. I'm not sure. Let's see, which story? These are really short stories, but it's
They
like what
they
my
aren't
mother
that
can
short. They aren't
recall.
that short. I've been
Let's
recording for
see,
a
what's
solid
in
10
the
minutes.
well, what's the next story I could uh
Oh, what?
uh let's see. Oh, I got one. It's one I've told other friends about, and probably you as well, but it's been a long time. So my mother used to work as not I mean, work is a bit of a stretch. She did get paid, but like not that much. It was more of just a like one of those businesses that's small and doesn't get paid a lot, but does something that's absurd. So what her job was at one point, I think she actually has a business card somewhere, but I can't find. I won't be able to find it right now.
Oh!
It was like it was a thing where she would go to people's houses that were claimed to be haunted, and
Dude!
exorcist how exorcists do their deal where they kind of exorcise the ghost. Well, she did that with her words, apparently. Like she'd yell at them.
Wait, was there
And
like a scary experience?
pardon,
Scary experience.
scary experience. I'm getting to that part. So, anyways, one of these, she did that for places, but she also did this for people. So there was this one guy that said he had been constantly, finding himself on the side of the road, unharmed. He was a motorcycle driver. He just would constantly find himself on the side of the road. Nothing happened. Like he wasn't ever in a wreck, but he would always, there would always be like weird marks on him after he woke up,
Dude,
and there would be
no.
a time skip between where he last remembered and where he ended up. It was always around the same time on the same place. And so what my mom did was, oh, and this is, I think my dad was also in the same room. My mom, I don't think when she did whatever she did, her hands would always get like blistery afterwards. It would get like red and blistery and get very warm. And my dad said he was like not a part of the ritual. He was just or not, I always say ritual, uh, not a part of like whatever was going on. But he was in the room, and he said whilst it was going on, he felt like like his behind him, he felt like there was an ice wall colder than the Arctic behind him.
Dude.
It was like he said it was a fear like he'd never felt before. It was like like metaphorically cold, like fear-wise, and frigid cold, like he could actually feel it on his skin. And he didn't want to turn around,
Dude,
like to
what
see what it
the?
was behind him. But so that's that experience. I don't think anything. So he said, like, he doesn't know what happened or what he felt, but he knows it was real.
Okay, that is scary.
And another experience where my mom's used her unique help. My grandfather, I think at one point had like a type of pain or paralysis in his legs. I mean, he's got it again, but he had it like a cut like 30 years ago, maybe. Not 30 years ago, like maybe 20.
What the heck? How'd you clutch?
Skill issue. See, I have so much skill, it's a literal issue.
Yeah.
So, anyways, like, so he my mother, my grandmother, and my grandfather were skeptical about whatever she was doing. For about, I believe, like 20 minutes to an hour, my mother went in a room by herself with my grandfather or her stepdad. And after that hour had been up, my grandfather apparently said he felt better. He was able to walk better. He didn't have the pain in his legs. It was like he'd been healed, or he had accelerated healing. And my mother had the same blistery
Wait, hold on. Be
hands.
right back. Sorry, I had to close my door.
So my mother had the same blistery hands as she did prior. To like any time she would like help someone out, and she's helped out a lot of people apparently. She did it for like a business. She said every time she did it, her hands would get a little blistering, and she felt her hands would get hot and blistery. You know what a blister is, right? It's like
Yeah.
that thing you get on your foot when you wear a shoe, like a fancy $100 shoe that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
And you forget to wear socks with it, and everything just like goes like south.
Mhm.
So yeah, that she always would get those, and her hands would get abnormally hot, like hotter than a human hand should, like light hot, or like
90 degrees?
I don't know. I'm trying to like think. What does 90 degrees like? It was like she had a fever in her hands.
Dang. Okay.
So she would always like get that. I'm not sure what caused her to quit. She just kind of got. She apparently the excuse was settle down, raise a family, yada yada
Oh,
yada.
wait,
The
wait, wait.
same
Okay.
boring.
You know that story you told me where your mom used to live in like a town like it was like so bad. She described it as hell.
That would be where my father grew up. Actually, yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Phoenix Springs, Florida. You can look it up. It's the crappiest place in Florida.
We
No,
would have
crappy.
to.
It's like Ohio level. It's like every place is. There's a pizza place that was near the house. It hasn't been open since I was 6. Since I was 6 years old, it hasn't been open. The last memory I have in that place was like they had a cheap fish tank with like 1 or 2 fish in it. This pizza, even when it was like still in operation, it was crappy. Like just the outside of it, you'd think it was a junkyard. I mean, literally, it has like motorcycles in it in front of the place that are like out of commission. So it's the town where my dad grew up, so he had like everyone knew him as well as, and that did not help because while they knew him, yes, taking advantage of him was their specialty. And my dad, being Mr. Nice Guy, always would help out people.
Mm.
My dad's father was not a very nice person. Never was, I don't think. Wasn't intelligent, apparently. After Vietnam, that changed, apparently. Uh, but that town was just like the word. It was the property that we had. It was beautiful. I loved it. If I had a infinite amount of money, I'd buy the place back. If I could just like take the farm that we had out of that like that county, then I would, because that county sucked. But the place was beautiful. It had gigantic oaks that were so big you couldn't hug them. Well, you couldn't hug them at the age that I was. Anyways,
Okay, I don't
but
want to do Void 5. I don't want to play this game anymore.
it's too much like Bridge.
Yeah, it's like, where is profile? Oh, there it is. Where is that thing that you
So
would switch between like pro fight and that other game? Oh,
I forgot my hotkey for pearls. Oh shoot, that's a lot of pearls.
like pro fight and flat fight. Like, what was that Bed Wars game called?
That's German Bed Wars. It's just how they. It's like
No,
I
like,
think it
okay,
is anyways.
no, like,
ML. Are you talking about ML Rush? No, you're not.
like you'd switch between MLG Rush and a bunch of other stuff.
Hmm.
What is it?
Like you'd be playing it like the name was it like Bed Wars, but you just had to buy every item like using bronze and stuff.
No, it was like you switch between uh like stick fight, bow fight, pro fight, and
Oh, I think
MLG
that's
Rush.
just. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I would just presume that's private games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What the frick? Oh my gosh, what the heck?
What
Oh my
happened?
god, what
What
is
have you
going?
done?
What in the heck?
Still recording.
Yeah, I'm still recording. Any more deep stories or just fictional stories that you can think of? Nah.
Oh, I don't have an imagination, so just do us in a Bed Wars game or something like that, and I'll think of one last story.
Okay. Um. I don't know what to do. Wait. Okay. Where's block sumo? Sumo duels? No, that's not. Block
You
sumo.
private games, create a private game, and then sumo duels.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Bet.
So I
What in
believe
the
my
heck? I
last.
swear that was not me. That was like a double jump or something.
So I think last story would be.
Okay. This is just.
Let's. Last story would probably be the most famous one that my family
Oh,
knows.
and there's also that dog that died in like a nuclear war of 1922. Would you tell me about that?
Dog that. Dog.
It was like a
What
dog
do
that died in an explosion or something, and your mom didn't tell you until you're like old enough to hear it.
Oh no. That. So let me tell about that story. So we had a pit bull. So we had a couple pit bulls actually. The first one I think my mother had, or the first three were two male pits and a female pit, and they were good farm dogs because they fend off the local bears in the area and stuff like that. They deal with all those things. I'm not sure what you're doing, but they deal with all the local bears that were unwanted, and also all the unwanted idiots, the unwanted humans in the area.
Mhm.
How did I not hit you? Anyways, so we had a pinkish looking one named Sophia, which I was a fan, which I loved when I was a small 3-year-old. She was a great dog. We had another one named Boudreaux, who I think was bred with Sophia to create a litter. No, that's not what they're called, isn't it? It's like a what's it called when it's not is a litter of kittens would be cats.
Pitbull baby,
It-
I think it's called. That's what I thought it was called. What the heck?
Don't mind me.
Oh
He's
my gosh,
goofy on him
my
around.
aim is on point. No, Ben, no!
Yeah, it's
You're supposed to tell me on Snowy. You're supposed to tell me on Snowy.
so we had a third one that was a yellow, like oddly yellow colored, named Drake.
Name
Drake
Drake?
was the
Drake?
Drake was the most loyal. Yeah, Drake.
Drake.
He was the most loyal. He was a very good dog. Wasn't good with boys. Always tear them up and bury them, like dismantle them completely. Take the squeaker out and everything.
Wait 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. Dude, are you serious right now?
So Drake was the most loyal. Well, Sophia and Drake were good.
Dude,
Boudreaux
you
and
got
Sophia were
two music artist dogs. You got. Okay, yes, I can record. So
okay.
you got Pitbull and Drake. Dang, it's crazy.
So Sophia eventually like had a bunch of little puppies. You know, they were fun. They tried to attack me when I was on like a miniature jungle gym kind of thing. Not a jungle gym. It's like a
Bro,
weird half circle, half sphere thing that sat on top of the ground. I'd hang upside down and try to avoid getting my hair grabbed by the dogs. Don't worry, the story will get interesting eventually. What the heck, you're flying. Hex.
hacks indeed.
Hacks.
No, my jump boost right now.
So anyways, so we had like 9 puppies, I think.
Mhm.
Puppies, that's what they're called. I'm stupid.
No!
How did I forget what puppies were?
Dude, you should. Okay. You actually forgot what puppies were.
I mean, I don't think I did. I was just trying to like find what a patch of puppies. I'm promise I'm intelligent. So Drake eventually, I think, over the years, slowly became more and more blind. His nose was always sharp. Boudreaux, I'm not sure what happened to him. I think we got rid of him at some point. A lot of the puppies we got rid of. I think some went to like 1 or 2 went to my sister. The rest were like sold, and we kept 1. This is the one that's important. Bear. And we kept him for a long time. I'm not sure when we got rid of him. I think I was around 9-ish. And he was a good dog. He loved my mother. He was very good. I would get up at like 6 in the morning, mainly just to avoid school. Because I would get up before my parents and I'd make an excuse like, can I go play outside with Drake? And what that essentially meant was, can I
Oh
waste the
my
day
god.
up? Can I wait? So what that, hang on, let me translate to you because I'm currently speaking Ben right now. I'm currently speaking old Ben. So what, can I go play outside? When I
Wait,
asked you
old
that
Ben
at
or
6 in the
new
morning,
Ben? Like
pardon?
new, like you're new. You're kind of old right now, or do you mean like the past you?
Like past me. Like
Mm.
if I woke up at 6 in the morning, it was up for 2 reasons. either I wanted to watch PBS Kids or
Dude, have you heard of the channel PBS Kids? I used to watch it all the time as a kid, actually. It was like
it was either PBS Kids or I would spend like 12 hours out of the day on a wood chip pile, wasting my day or playing. Just, as long as I didn't have to do school, life was like heavenly.
dude. So when you're homeschooled, you can just like do whatever for like an excuse.
No, I just avoided my mother the whole day.
Oh, okay. That's okay. So yeah, continue. So the okay, Pitbull. So you sold the two
So
others. You sold
yeah,
and you
well,
kept
not
Drake.
so Sophia and Drake. We sold most of the pups as well. We kept Bear, which is the what we named the last one that we kept.
Oh,
He had like
wait.
a little, and his main job was like to. It's literally in his name what his main job was to keep bears out. At some point, I'm not sure what happened to Sophia. Uh, I think we
Dude,
sold her.
Drake straight up
Just be,
said, "I need one dance, cause Hennessy in my hands." That's a Drake song, bro.
oh, so hang on, I'm getting more rambly. The bear and I were not really best pals, but hey, we
Bear.
played. Yeah, Bear.
You had a bear?
The name of no Bear, pit, the pit we had.
Oh,
It was one of Sophia's little
his name was
puppies.
Bear.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So kept Bear, who was one of the little puppies, and his main job was to keep bears away.
Ender Pearl. Okay. Yeah, continue.
Bro, I had an ender pearl and I still failed. So
Oh
me
my.
and Bear
Yeah.
over the years, Bear was getting slowly and slowly more snappy towards me specifically. And after a while, I'm not sure what happened, but I think it was way too many wild animals. I think one of the animals that he ate had something like a disease in it, and he ate it and ended up getting whatever that disease was. So one day we're like packing up, we're getting ready to like take Bear somewhere. I'm not sure where we're taking him, like take him on a trip or something, which we usually never do. But anyways, I think we were like just preparing to like have him taken somewhere, not just like traveling. Bear, I'm just like casually sitting there. I'm like, I'm just, just being a child, being currently pretty much useless when it comes to packing. Just sitting outside the tailgate of the truck. And what Bear does is probably the closest I've been to death. I mean, I
What?
haven't had really close experiences, but it's probably would be the closest if he had like gotten away with it. So what he did was he latched on himself onto the back of my neck. Right in the back, like not the hair, the right in the back of the head. Latched himself on. It was like trying to get me to the ground.
Oh my
So
gosh.
he was like just putting all of his like attempting to put all of his weight on me to pin me down,
You.
and not in a way that a dirty mind would like in the way that a killer's mind would work. Like, don't get a dirty mind, get a killer's mindset. I just now realized what this map is. It's four people with legs, or no, two people with legs and a head each.
Oh. Wait. What?
Yeah, I just now realized it. You got short legs and thick arms. And so
You almost killed yourself.
I'm gonna kind of wrap up the story quickly. So he was just like latching on to me. I was like not traumatized, but just like in shock. Like I felt betrayed. At the same time, I also felt like I'm gonna die. Mother, where the hell are you? Why are you not helping your son who's yelling in pure terror?
Yeah.
And so I think my mother like runs out, or my dad, both of them, I think maybe. They run out, grab the dog. They have a little conversation. I go inside. Uh, I stay inside for like maybe the next hour, just like kind of scared. You know that like shaky feeling, like when something just happens, like near, like something that could have, like when you're on a roof and you almost, like you lose your balance just a little bit and your whole body stays shaky for like the next 20 minutes. I had that feeling for about the next hour.
Oh my god.
And so I believe after that, I was told the dog was taken to like a friend, like not a, like a
I mean, it was
neighbor.
a
It was
pit
taken to a
bull.
neighbor. The pit bulls are made. You know what? They're a bulldog is meant
Like,
to
I feel like they're
fight off a.
meant for a bad reputation.
No, they're just meant to be. Well, so what happened with this dog? Because we still had Drake at this point, I think, or I think maybe no,
More
we put Drake to
Hennessy in
sleep.
my
We put
hands.
we put Drake to sleep. Because he was just getting to the point where his sight was, he was almost blind, and just put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
Nice. So we did put Drake to sleep, but this was like a couple of years, and then a couple of years after, Bear does his thing where he latches onto my neck. After that, I'm not told until like maybe a couple, like 6 months ago, that that dog wasn't taken to the neighbor's place. That dog was shot and killed the same day that it latched onto me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
By
so
who?
apparently my mother said this dog is gone crazy and told my dad to get rid of him. He was not the bear that we once knew.
Your dad shot him?
Well, I mean, that's how it works on the farm. Animal tries to kill a family member, you don't show any mercy.
Dude, what?
That was my
That
mother's idea to shoot it. I'm not sure what my dad was planning to do. Probably something just like get rid of it.
I didn't. I wasn't even looking down. I was looking forward, and I clutched below my.
So I was, yeah, basically 6 months ago, I was told that the dog was shot. It wasn't like taken away like I was told, because
Wait,
thought it
and
would
when was
trauma,
this? When you're like 6, right? Or
like 9 maybe. I was not like anything like I am now.
so
I'm the Benno that you know. I've been that way since I was like maybe 12 and a half. Mainly because I haven't been around like what my dad calls a city. It's suburb area. I was out in like, not in major country, but just like country where it's in, you can't see the neighbor's house. Even though the
oh,
neighbor's house was pretty close, there was no kids. I didn't play with anyone, and the nearest store was like 30 miles away.
dude. Okay, so my
So I didn't.
last house, like 2 houses ago, if that makes sense, you know.
Yes, my
I had this
first
like
house. Yes,
I had this neighborhood. We had houses close to each other, but we had like the biggest yards, and I don't know how big an acre is,
I'm
but it
not
was
sure
at
either
least
because I'm stupid.
an acre is really big. Because actually, a couple months ago,
And
when
it,
I made the Derpy Orange Junior channel, and I was in Tennessee, we visited like one of the world's biggest houses, and it
wow,
had like I don't know, like there's like 5 floors, and the very bottom floor, even though 5 floors isn't that enough for being the world's biggest house, it was like huge. The bottom floor had like a bowling alley and a costume party, a play. That was like only the bottom floor, and that's like only three things I mentioned. Anyways, back to the house I was 2 houses ago. Um, yeah, we had like huge yards, and this was like around the time where I had like probably 50 chickens. Like I'm not even kidding. Now I have 6 chickens, and we're used to them dying because it's just a common thing now, you know.
yeah, I know.
But there's this one chicken. He would try and kill my brother and me. He was crazy. We only have chickens. We don't have any roosters now, but he
Roosters are
went crazy.
so. What makes hens easier than roosters is obviously roosters are meant to fight, and they're meant to like fight and protect and all this. Multiple roosters will kill each other. They'll also maybe sometimes if they're in a bad enough mood, they'll harass the hens.
Yeah.
Roosters are like not good for unless they're like raised by you. They're not a good if you get them like from some other person who's raised them just for the purpose of selling, they're horrible. They're jerks. I mean, I guess it makes sense, really. You live in captivity. You're in a cage.
Yeah.
When your DNA tells you you're a fighting machine. You're supposed to like fight, impress the females, that whole thing. And you're basically just your main purpose now is being an obnoxious and never used alarm clock.
Yeah. Yeah, cause then we moved up on a hill where like our backyard was a forest. That was like the coolest house ever. It was so huge too, and we moved out of it though since it was a whole old house, and it was always so cold. Like I'm not even kidding. In winter, I'm surprised I didn't die. Um,
Well, that's fun when it gets down to that.
yeah, like the
It's fun when
furnace
you get
didn't work.
near-death experiences.
Uh,
When you're almost dead is when
but
you
yeah.
feel most alive.
Mhm.
Did you catch what I said?
Yeah, when you're dead, I don't know. I
When
forgot
you're
what.
almost when you're near death, you feel most alive.
Wait.
When you're when you're like, say if there's in movies, like when there's a dramatic scene, somebody almost gets shot or something. In moments like that, when somebody says they do it for the thrill, that's probably they're living for that because that makes you feel most alive. It's like waking up. When something like dramatic happens, something scary, you wait. It's like the same feeling you get from waking up and feeling fully energized.
Oh. See. Oh my.
You still recording?
Yeah, I'm
You probably should stop. I
yeah.
don't think I
Me
have
and
any
my
other
brother were gonna play
stories.
basketball. Yeah, so it's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording.